Welcome to ASVAB Mentor, Physics General Questions Practice. Hey, future achievers. If you're preparing for the ASVAB exam or any other test that challenges your physics knowledge, you're in the right place. Physics may sound tough, but with the right practice, it becomes simple, fun, and even exciting. Today, we'll go through 70 general physics questions that are most likely to appear on the ASVAB and similar exams. Here's how it works. I'll ask you a question. You'll try to answer it. Then, I'll give you a short and clear explanation so you can lock it into memory. After that, boom, we move on to the next question. Let's get started and sharpen your physics skills step by step. 1. What is the SI unit of force? Answer, Newton. N. 1 Newton is the amount of force needed to accelerate a 1 kilogram's mass by 1 meter per second quarter. In symbols, 1 N equals 1 kilogram meters per second. Next, 2. What does Newton's first law of inertia, say? Answer, an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion at constant speed in a straight line unless a net external force acts on it. Seatbelts help because your body wants to keep moving when the car suddenly stops. Next, measure 3. State Newton's second law. Answer, F equals ma. Net force equals mass times acceleration. This means for a given force, a lighter object accelerates more than a heavier one. Next, 4. What is Newton's third law? Answer, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If you push on the ground pushes you forward with the same force in the opposite direction. This is how walking and rockets work. Next, 5. What's the difference between speed and velocity? Answer, speed is how fast you're moving, no direction. Velocity is speed with direction, e.g. 20 meters per second east. The ASVAB loves this distinction. Next, 6. What is acceleration? Answer, how quickly velocity changes, speeding up, slowing down, or turning. Units are m/s². A constant speed in a circle still has acceleration because the direction changes. Next, 7. What's Earth's gravitational acceleration, g? Answer, about 9.8 meters per square. You can round to 10 meters per square on quick math. This is how fast objects speed up when falling, ignoring air. Next, 8. Mass versus weight. What's the difference? Answer, mass is the amount of matter in good grams and doesn't change with location. Weight is the gravitational force on mass, W equals m/g, measured in newtons and changes with gravity, lighter on the moon. Next, 9. What is density? Answer, how much mass is packed into a given volume, V equals mv. Units are Gauge/meter/mol or G/cm². Objects denser than water, 1 gram of sink, less dense ones float. Next, 10. What is pressure? Answer, force per unit area, P equals F bar A. Units are pascals PA. Same force over a smaller area makes higher pressure. Think stiletto heel versus sneaker. Next, 11. What is work in physics? Answer, W equals F by FD when force and motion are in the same direction. Units are joules, J. If there's no movement or force is perpendicular, no work is done. Next, 12. What is power? Answer, how fast work is done. P equals WT or P equals F by FV for steady motion. Units are watts WR. A 60W bulb uses energy faster than a 10W bulb. Next, 13. What is kinetic energy? Answer, the energy of motion. KE equals 1/2 mv fide. Because of the v squared, doubling speed quadruples kinetic energy. Units, joules. Next, 14. What is gravitational potential energy? Answer, stored energy due to height, P equals mgh. Lift something higher, more energy it can release when falling. Units, joules. Next, 15. What is the law of conservation of energy? Answer, energy can't be created or destroyed, only transformed, e.g. potential, kinetic, heat. Total energy of an isolated system stays constant. Next, 16. What is momentum? Answer, P equals mv. It measures oomph of motion. Units, meters per second. Heavier or faster means more momentum. Next, 17. What is impulse? Answer, change in momentum. Impulse equals F delta T equals del P. Spreading a collision over more time, airbags, pads, reduces the force on you. Next, what is conservation of momentum? Answer, in a closed system with no external forces, total momentum before equals total momentum after. Collisions follow this rule. Elastic or inelastic. Next, 19. What is friction? Answer, a force that opposes motion at a surface. Static friction prevents motion from starting. Kinetic friction acts during sliding and is usually smaller. Next 20, what is the coefficient of friction? Answer, a unitless number, mu, that tells how grippy two surfaces are. Friction force, m or n, where n is the normal support force. Next, 21, what is free fall? Answer, motion under gravity only, ignore air. All objects accelerate at g, regardless of mass. 22, what is terminal velocity? Answer, the constant top speed a falling object reaches when air resistance equals weight, so acceleration becomes 0. Next, 23, name some simple machines. Answer, lever, pulley, inclined plane, wheel and axle, screw, wedge. They trade force for distance to make tasks easier. Same work, less force. Next, on 24, what is mechanical advantage, MA? Answer, how many times a machine multiplies your input force? MA equals output force, or input distance, output distance. Bigger MA equals less effort. Next, number 25, what is efficiency? Answer, how much of the input energy becomes useful output? Efficiency equals useful out, input, 100%. Friction and heat losses keep it below 100%. Next, 26, how does an inclined plane help? Answer, you apply a smaller force over a longer distance to lift the same height. Same work overall, but the task feels easier. Next, 27, how do pulleys reduce effort? Answer, a single fixed pulley changes direction only. A system with multiple pulleys, block and tackle, shares the load across ropes, reducing the input force. Next, 28, heat versus temperature. What's the difference? Answer, temperature is how hot, cold something is, average kinetic energy of particles. Heat is energy in transit due to temperature difference. Next, 29, what are the 3 heat transfer methods? Answer, conduction, direct contact, convection, moving fluids like air, water, and radiation, electromagnetic waves, no medium needed, sun to earth. Next, 30, what is specific heat capacity? Answer, the energy needed to raise 1 kilograms of a substance by 1 degree Celsius. Water's is high, so it heats, cools slowly, and stabilizes climate. Next, 31, what is latent heat? Answer, energy absorbed or released during a phase change, solid, liquid, gas, without temperature changing. It's used to break form molecular bonds. Next, 32, state Boyle's law. Answer, for a gas at constant temperature, P-1V, pressure and volume are inversely related. Squeeze a gas smaller, pressure rises. Next, 33, state Charles's law. Answer, for a gas at constant pressure, V-T-K, heat a gas, volume increases, must use Kelvin for direct proportionality. Next, 34, what type of wave is sound? Answer, a longitudinal mechanical wave needs a medium. It's compressions and rarefactions moving through air, water, etc., not through vacuum. Next, 35, what is the speed of sound in air, roughly? Answer, about 340 meters per second near room temperature. It travels faster in liquids and fastest in solids because particles are closer together. Next, 36, frequency, amplitude, pitch, and loudness. How do they relate? Answer, frequency hertz sets pitch, higher freq equals higher pitch. Amplitude sets loudness, bigger amplitude equals louder. Next, 37, what is the Doppler effect? Answer, a change in observed frequency when source or listener moves. Approaching siren sounds higher pitch, moving away sounds lower. Next, 38, what is the speed of light in vacuum? Answer, about 3.0 ms per second. Light slows in materials like glass or water, but is fastest in vacuum. Next, 39, what is the law of reflection? Answer, angle of incidence equals angle of reflection, measured from the normal line. Mirrors follow this perfectly. Next, 40. What is refraction? Answer, bending of light when it changes speed entering a new medium. Slower medium, light bends toward the normal. Faster, away. Next, 10 or 41. What do converging and diverging lenses do? Answer, converging. Convex lenses focus light to a point used in magnifiers. Diverging, concave lenses spread light out, used to correct nearsightedness. Next, 42. Concave versus convex mirrors. What images do they make? Answer. Concave mirrors can magnify close objects, makeup mirrors. Convex mirrors make smaller, wider view images, car side mirrors. Next, Natch 43. Order the electromagnetic spectrum, low to high frequency. Answer. Radio, microwave, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. Energy increases as frequency increases. Next, Nash 44. Why is the sky blue? Answer. Air molecules scatter shorter blue wavelengths more than red, called Rayleigh scattering, so we see a blue sky. Next, 45. What is electric charge and its unit? Answer. A property that causes electric forces. Two types, positive and negative. Unit is the Coulomb, C. Electrons carry negative charge. Next, out 46, voltage versus current versus resistance. What's the difference? Answer. Voltage V is the push, electric potential difference. Current I is the flow of charge, amps. Resistance R opposes flow ohms. Next, of 47, state Ohm's law. Answer. V equals IR. Example, a 12V battery across a 4 ohms resistor gives I equals 12 forwards equals 3A. Next, 48, series versus parallel circuits. Key ideas? Answer. Series, one path. Current is the same everywhere. Resistances add. One break stops all. Parallel, multiple paths. Voltage same across branches. Total resistance drops. If one branch breaks, others still work. Next, 49, electrical power and energy. How are they related? Answer. Power. P equals VAI watts. Energy used equals PT, watt hours or joules. Bigger wattage or more time, more energy consumed, and higher bill. Next. 50. Basics of magnets? Answer. Magnets have north and south poles. Like poles repel, opposites attract. You can't isolate a single pole. Cut a magnet and each piece has both poles. Next, 51. How do you make an electromagnet? Answer. Run current through a coil of wire. Adding an iron core strengthens it. More turns or more current, stronger magnet. Next, Hashter 52. Motor versus generator. What's the difference? Answer. Motor, electricity in, motion out, force on a current carrying wire in a magnetic field. Generator, motion in, electricity out, moving a wire in a magnetic field induces current. Next, 53, AC versus DC. What do they mean? Answer. DC, direct current flows one way, batteries. AC, alternating current, reverses direction periodically, wall outlets, easy to transform to different voltages. Next, 54, what does a transformer do? Answer. Changes AC voltage up or down using two coils and magnetic coupling. It doesn't work with DC. Next have 55. What's the purpose of fuses and circuit breakers? Answer. Safety devices that stop excessive current. Fuses melt once. Breakers trip and can be reset. Both prevent overheating and fires. Next, 56. Transverse versus longitudinal waves. Examples? Answer. Transverse. Particles move perpendicular to wave direction. Light waves on a rope. Longitudinal. Particles move parallel. Sound in air. Next on 57, how are speed, frequency, and wavelength related? Answer. V equals F lambda. If speed is fixed, higher frequency, F means shorter wavelength lambda. Units embersecs, hertz, and meters. Next, harder 58, what is centripetal force? Answer. The inward force needed for circular motion. F equals mv squared phi r. No outward mystery force. What people feel as centrifugal is just inertia. Next, Tashtarter 59. What is torque? Answer. The twisting effect of a force. Tot equals RFF set. That R equals distance from pivot. Door handles are far from hinges to increase torque with the same force. Next, 60. What is the center of mass and why does it matter? Answer. The average position of mass. Objects balance at their center of mass. Lower center of mass more stable. Why wide stances are steady. Next, 61. What is buoyancy? Archimedes' principle. Answer. A fluid pushes up with a buoyant force equal to the weight of displaced fluid. If buoyant force that you weight, it floats. Next, tenor 62. What is Pascal's principle? Answer. A pressure change at any point in a confined fluid is transmitted equally everywhere. Hydraulic lifts use this to multiply force. Next, 10 or 63. What is Bernoulli's principle? Answer, faster moving fluid, lower pressure. This helps explain airplane lift and why a shower curtain gets sucked inward. Next, 64. State Newton's law of universal gravitation. Answer, F equals G by M mean M2 where R squared. All masses attract, force grows with mass and shrinks rapidly as distance increases. Next, 65. Why do astronauts feel weightless in orbit? Answer, they're in continuous free fall around Earth. Gravity is still strong, but everything falls together, so they feel weightless. Next, 66. What is the work-energy theorem? Answer, net work on an object equals its change in kinetic energy. W net equals del Ke. Push harder or longer, more energy change. Next, 10 or 67. Why can't machines be 100% efficient? Answer, friction and other losses turn some energy into heat sound, so not all input becomes useful output. Second law of thermodynamics. Next, 68. Nuclear fission versus fusion. What's the basic idea? Answer, fission, splitting heavy nuclei like uranium, lots of energy. Fusion, combining light nuclei like hydrogen, even more energy, powers the sun. Next, 69. Alpha, beta, and gamma radiation. What's different? Answer, alpha, heavy, +2 charge, low penetration, stopped by paper. Beta, electrons, medium penetration, stopped by aluminum. Gamma, high energy photons, high penetration, needs thick lead concrete. Next, 70. What is half-life? Answer, the time for half of a radioactive sample to decay. After one half-life, 50% remains. After 2, 25%. It's a fixed time for each isotope. Congratulations, future test taker. You just worked through 70 of the most common physics questions that often appear on the ASVAB and similar exams. By practicing these, you're not only sharpening your knowledge, but also building the confidence you need to walk into your test fully prepared. Remember, physics isn't just about formulas. It's about understanding how the world around you works. Every time you push open a door, ride in a car, or drop your phone by accident, physics is in action. The more you practice, the more these ideas will stick, and soon enough, you'll start solving questions like a pro without overthinking. If today's session helped you learn something new, imagine what consistent practice can do for your score. Keep coming back, stay curious, and keep challenging yourself. You're closer than you think to reaching your goal. Before you go, don't forget, like this video if it helped you. Share it with friends who are also preparing for ASVAB or other tests. Subscribe to ASVAB Mentor and hit the bell so you never miss out on our practice sessions, tips, and tricks to make studying easier and more fun. You've got this. Keep pushing forward, and we'll see you in the next lesson.